Hello, my name's Tony and welcome back to Fragdicted. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing my first review of an Alexandria fragrance, and this one is called Fame 15. So if you want to hear about this, stay right where you are. So, just to tell you a little bit of background, Alexandria Fragrances, Dave in the UK was very kind and sent me, I think, 3 fragrances to try, and I've still got to do reviews of those. I've been very slow with my reviews recently. I was very impressed by those fragrances, but then something popped up on the website and I had to try it, so I bought it immediately, and it's this one. This is Fame 15. Let me just show you what the presentation is like of this. So you get the wooden cap, these are the new bottle, the new labels, and you get the gold atomizer, and they spray very well. So that is the bottle. They come in a very, very nice case. You've got a little tab at the top there, and you pull that open and you get the red velvet inside, and the fragrance sits quite snugly in there so it doesn't fall out. The box has the ingredients on the back, the logo on the front, and the website on the side. So presentation's really, really good for the price point, I think, of the fragrance. Let me run through the notes with you and then I can tell you what it's like. So in the top we have some citrus, we have some bergamot, we have some cypress, and we have some plum. In the mid we have jasmine, labdanum, patchouli and oud. And in the base we have musk, sandalwood, vanilla and a liburnum. So what is the opening like? This is very, very plum heavy. It has got a real red or dark fruit opening with some citruses that give it some real pop, but the plum is the most prominent bit about the opening. It has this gorgeous, addictive, candy-like sweetness to it. This is definitely, honestly, right up my street. I am so excited to tell you about this one. I'm just going to go backwards a little bit. This is their clone or their interpretation of Bond No. 9 Andy Warhol. And that fragrance has been discontinued. It costs an absolute fortune to try and get hold of it now. So I doubt I'm ever going to be able to try that fragrance. And I think that's what clone houses do really well. They create fragrances that we're going to really struggle to get hold of now and get our nose on. So this is a great way to try that DNA. So I thought I would give this a go. I was really looking forward to doing so, and I'm really glad I picked it up. I get in the mid, I get this sort of really sweet sort of Christmas spice, and it reminds me a lot of a really fruity mulled wine. So an absolutely wonderful fragrance for winter time. So as you get through further into the wearing, the florals are there. They're very, very dulled down. I wouldn't call it a floral fragrance, but they are noticeable. So it's got a hint of this sort of floralness to it. The oud is there. I pick up on it. Becca actually picks up on it a little bit more than I do, but it is just literally lurking in the background. And to some, you won't find the oud in this. It's not a challenging fragrance in the slightest. And I can pick up on you, but it's just very, very, very faint in the background. I wouldn't call it an oudy fragrance at all. I would call it a fruity fragrance though, and slightly spicy and quite sweet. The vanilla and the woods in this are very prominent too, more so as the Drydown starts to come through. So it does go through some stages. It's not linear at all. It opens with this fruit, sweet punch type accord to it. Then some of the other notes start to become a little bit noticeable, like the spices and the jasmine. And then as you get further into the wearing, the woods and the vanilla really start to make an appearance. It has lots of different facets to it. It's fruity, it's a little spicy, it's a little balsamic, it's a little woody, it's a teeny tiny bit floral, and it actually, to me, goes slightly in that gourmand territory with that almost edible sweetness to it. that vanilla is playing a major part in that. Now, in the deep dry down, once the woods have settled and the vanilla kicks in, it goes very musky, almost a little powdery too, and it just settles into this lovely, lovely skin scent. That is much later into the wearing. It performs like a monster. I'm not going to say beast mode, but it does perform very well. It projects very well in the opening. As the hours tick by, it starts to come back closer to the skin, as fragrances should. As they die down a little bit, it comes closer, but you can smell it all day. And you get lovely, lovely whiffs of it when you move around. If you've got it on your wrist or your hand, you're moving about with work and doing different things, if you've got chores and stuff, you get whiffs of it all the time. Now, I'm gonna do this comparison to one of my other favorite fragrances, Tom Ford Plum Japonais. It gets compared to that quite a bit. Now, I can see where people are coming from with that comparison. The plum note is quite similar. Where I think the differences are, I wouldn't say Tom Ford has the gourmand element to it at all. It is missing the sweetness that is in this. There is some sweetness in that, and like I said, I own it. It's one of my favorite fragrances, but I would say the Plum Japonais is much more spicy and a lot less fruity than this is. So if you think that you would like Tom Ford's Plum Japonais, but you think that you'd like it sweeter, more fruity, this might be right up your street. If you think that you'd like the fragrance to be a little bit more spicy, maybe even a little bit more, dare I say it, manly, go for the Tom Ford, or you could buy it even cheaper. Alexandria fragrances have one called Forbidden Plum, which is their interpretation of Plum Japonais. That is a very, very close comparison to that fragrance and much closer than this. So check that out. So I'm really looking forward to discovering more Alexandria fragrances. They are really good quality. They last, the ones I've tried last really well on the skin. I've now got 4 bottles of different fragrances and I'm really enjoying them thus far, and I'm going to be bringing you some more reviews. So I hope you enjoyed this little review of Fame 15 by Alexandria. The bottle, just get the admin out of the way as well. This costs £35 for a 30 ml. They're an extrait de parfum. You can also buy the 50 ml for £54 on the Alexandria UK website. But they are available throughout different countries. Just check out the Alexandria website for where they ship. I'll leave all their details below, and I'll be leaving the UK website below also. So thanks again to Dave for the introduction. I'm really, really glad I picked this up. I'm going to be looking to pick others up from the brand. Definitely, I'm really interested in what they do. So thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. See you again soon, and don't forget to keep smelling wonderful.